Aki ave ave ke kapa o hina. O Maui, pa'a kala. Aki ave ave ke kapa o hina.
Mahalo to all of you who have chosen to spend your time with us today, those who have made the time available to join us, and to those whom we know are with us in so many other ways. In the spirit of actively engaging in practices for the positive growth of our health and well-being, not only as individuals, but as our roles in supporting our communities, Lahui, and the world, it is with heartfelt aloha and true joy and humility that I introduce our afternoon speaker, Kekuhi Keali'ikanaka'ole o Haililani and the Halau Ohi'a team.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Did you get here? Did you get here? Is it 2:30? Are you back? You need to go run shishi? Come back? No? Everybody's good? Cool. So I want you to write in the chat your big aha for this last session. What are you walking away with from the last session? What has the last session taught you about yourself? You ready to write in the chat? Makset, ready, go. We're looking for 155 responses. Mark, set, ready, go! Gathering data on myself and using that information to connect. Ba, kulu kumuhana. Touching yourself is healing. Right, right, right. Choose Hawaii for aloha. Lomi lomi is the touch of aloha. Your body is your home. Learned about the power of food for healing. Ho'i kapiko. What else, Nakas? What else? Yes, wear haloa. No, for I just call everybody's Nakas. Sorry, yeah. Okay, sorry, it's getting all excited. That's why. Plenty truths. Ay, yeah, right. Power of Lomi for self-care. And you're going too fast. Oh no, stop. Oi, ask yourself who you are, right? All the time. How to resolve issues with Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. That was fast, but it was in 155. Let's go. Where is my kilo and center to recalibrate my spirit? Your body is your home. What are you walking away with from this last session? What did you learn about yourself? Breath work is critical to healing. Aloha kia koe and aloha equals aloha ʻāina. Women carry weight of the world. Ai pono is more than food. I got you there. Our spirit selves and how to malama. Start with yourself. I am connected. I am my ohana. I am my land. That was the kepa of life. Did you like that kepa? I love that kepa of life. So aloha nui kako. Maybe that was a little bit too much for you. I'm just a small kind hyper. Right before I wasn't even ready for the hay when Alicia called it, because I was over there off to the side. I was like jumping around and I was doing my movement, and then she called the hay and I was like, I'm late. Okay. It's beautiful that you are here, and we're here too. If you want to hang out with us for the next hour and a half, I actually asked for extra time. Like they had to scrape up the time for me. So I hope you folks will hang around, and better yet, take something from this time right back into your ohana, like minutes after we leave this spot. So for the closing keynote, I'd like to think about it as an opening. When I asked that question, what have you learned about yourself? What we learn about the subject matter is information. Okay, Okie dokie. Like, wow, 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 wow. Okay, then we did this, our kupunas did that, and we live in Waiakea. It's not Waiakea Uka, it's Waiakea Waina. Okay, that's all good stuff. But at some point, the information have to. At some point, we gotta eat the thing, right? The thing gotta get embodied somehow. That information. That's why, Lomi. At the end of the day, that's good stuff. That's good information to what? To what? To Lomi right into the pores. Yeah, it's good information to Lomi right into the pores. So the information is not just sitting in our um, neurocognition. The information is moving into the body. That's what we would like to do for this afternoon. This afternoon's um kind of changed. I was asked to do a keynote, and then I kind of said, maybe I said I don't want to do a keynote. I kind of said, and these guys are super. Um, it was Nicholas and Laurie, and they're like, do what you like. Just do what you like. So I'm like, yes. Um, we would like to teach you something that you can take away, and something that you can turn over in your mind, in your memory, something that you can turn over in your in your body, and something that you can experience in your fingers, and even gooder, GODD-der, gooder, even gooder, something that you can experience in your voice. Okay, so we're going to give you an opportunity to listen and repeat the thing. We're going to give you opportunity to embody the hey that you just saw Alicia do. Embody that. We're going to offer the opportunity for you to learn the words right now, like now. Not at 4:30. They're going to learn the words now. We're going to we're going to invite you to um listen to the story that has listen to the kaʻao that has inspired the hay and this chant. So all of those intelligences we want to use right now. um so this is an hour, and it's dedicated to the story of your life. Story of your life. Another words. That one. That one. The story of your life is your life kaʻao. Ke a ke ao kina a o kaʻao kaʻao. For fun, my husband and I have been playing around with the possibility of kaʻao as not only functioning as a noun, okay, that maybe affects, and there it is over there, sitting there, it's this object. We've been playing around with the possibility of kaʻao as in initiate your own. Well, that was hard, yeah. Initiate your own to ke a o. No, we did not get permission from the lexicon committee, but just keep it in here. Keep it in this space. You don't need to tell anybody, right? We're doing this kind of things. Okay. Fine, mahalo. Ka the act, it's active to strike, to initiate, to ignite. Yeah, that ka, the one Alicia just wrote in the chat. Okay, get me in the chat. What is it right now? What is it that you need to spark. You know it needs to spark. Maybe you don't need to spark it, but you've been having the urge over the. Go ahead, write in the chat. We want to see what is it that we need, that you need to ignite. For me, it's it came through you guys comments. For me, I need to ignite the fact that um that senescent cells in my body, that I don't mind letting them go to make room for new healthy cells. Like that's my ka. That's the thing I got a ka. You see my friend over here, Waiaka, she's helping me do that. She pokes needles in my body all over. I love it. Okay, what you need to call? Releasing my self-doubt. Oh, brah. Oh, that's Auntie Billy. Hi, Auntie Billy. Confidence. I need to call confidence. I need to call wellness. I gotcha. I need to call Kiora from Aotearoa. I need to call, no, Kiora. Aloha. Mary. I need to call self-care. I need to call healing. I need to ignite my body to wake up. Bah. Ovaupo, my kaʻao initiates with healing from childhood abuse. Oia ho'i, oia ho'i. I need to ka speaking up for myself. I need to ka eleu. I need to ka wellness. I need to ka establishing boundaries, brah. Like, I don't have time in my calendar. I'm super overwhelmed right now, but sure, I can do that for you. Oh man, I need to ka believing in myself. I need to ka boundaries. Ki ho'i ho'i kanawai, you guys. Kai o kia kanawai. Just ka that kanawai, kai o kia. Here you go. I need to ka healing of health. I need to ka the ola kino. I need to ka balanced self-care, healing. I need to ka peaceful restoration. And it's coming and it's coming. Exactly. That's why we want to enter into this space of the kaʻao. The kind, the initiating, the sparking, the igniting of the ao. So ao maybe means world. Ao maybe means light. Not necessarily light versus dark. So maybe that's one thing we want to dispel as we call our ao, but maybe it's how do I birth intelligence, ao, enlightenment. Enlightenment is not necessarily just sunlight shimmering or shimmering moonlight or light. The kind, the ao is pulling enlightenment, a new, just how about just a new, period. Not that there's anything wrong with the old parts. Okay, a new means stepping into another potential reality. I love that stuff. Okay. Oh, hey, girl. Oh, Kalamai, I knew that. You know what? I thought that I like to sit here. It's one of the coolest places in the house right now. But you know, this is her domain, yeah? My auntie over here. This is my auntie, you guys. Say hi to my auntie. Hey, auntie. Hi, girl. Yeah. Okay. Anywho's where am I? Oh yeah, kaing your ao. All right. So to kaʻao or to read kaʻaos, I like to call it participating in kaʻaos. When we think we're reading kaʻao, okay, like so kaʻao is stories. They're stories. They're not necessarily mo'olelo. Mo'olelo have a particular, like the word mo'o as in mo'olelo, mo'oku au mo'o everything. It has a particular, the idea of continuum, it kind of, the image is, the mo'olelo is a little bit more histocracy than the kaʻao actually encapsulates. Okay, so there are mo'olelo, there are kaʻao, there are mo'olelo that have elements of kaʻao and vice versa. Kaʻao that have elements of mo'olelo. Exactly. Okay. Today we're looking at kaʻao. We wanted to challenge you. I love to challenge. Challenge me. Go. Challenge me. Challenge me. I like to be challenged. I like to challenge back. We'd like to challenge you today. Given the experiences that you've shared with us so far, and to begin to lean into the possibility of your narrative from today going forward. That is, yeah, we got to include the memories, like super important. Yeah, totally. What I mean by, because somewhere back there in our collection of memories is the very impetus, is the hua by which we were thrown out into our individual, our personal journeys. Okay. And then at some point we decided to leave a particular reality. So if that means I'm leaving home and I'm never coming back, that's a ha'alele. Another ha'alele is a really a modern ha'alele, or not even modern, is potentially stepping into a hula halau, or maybe a college experience, and saying, okay, this is my ha'alele. I know that once I leave this space of regularity, whether you perceive that regularity as being negative or positive, that's the whatever. Okay. But once I step into this new space, I know that I'm not going to return the same person. Something small or something big is going to change either my perception of life, or the way I feel about things, my physiology, or a combination of the whole person. All right. And then we go on our big journey of life. And mind you, we go through dozens of mini, you might call them micro kaʻao. These are smaller cycles. How you like that? I got one the kind because I eat some ono, like dairy-free cookie dough ice cream from Ben and Jerry's last night. My God, it was so good. And then boom, this morning, big pimple over here. Girl. Okay. What the heck am I talking about? Oh yeah. So we go through, several tons, let's just say lots and lots of micro journeys, micro kaʻaos through our life. There is, however, one big personal kaʻao, life kaʻao, and that has to do with that wonderful entry into this body. And then the time we all prepare for in our life is that wonderful exit into the next learning space. Oh, bam. That's the way to do it, right there. Okay, so kaʻao is a story. Kaʻao is meant to stir you. Kaʻao, if you find any characters in the kaʻao in the story, so the kaʻao are, let me throw you some examples. Kana and Nihil, that's a kaʻao. Okay. Oh, there are little pieces that mark geographies and maybe even histocracy that about ali'idam. It's pretty kaʻao. The story of Umi is a mo'olelo, although there are elements of kaʻao inside there. Okay? The story of Kamehameha is a mo'olelo. All right? The story of Pelehi'iaka is a kaʻao. The story of Kealiʻikanakaʻole is a kaʻao. Shall I keep going? No need, yeah? We good, we good. Cause I cannot see you, okay? You good. Tell me if you good. You good. You good. Yeah, okay. Oh, Rabian, maybe you can try use another. Oh, Rabian's here. She cannot get in. What? All right. Awesome. Okay. Cool. We good. All right. So, um, we're gonna. What I would like you to consider in this kaʻao or in your own life kaʻao is that we can deconstruct current kaʻao. We can deconstruct our own kaʻao from prior to birth or from birth time all the way up into this moment. Or what we can do is we can construct a whole new brand new kaʻao by just making sure that your kaʻao has these components, these major components in them. Okay, one of the components is the ki'i'iaka. Can you say ki'i'iaka? Go say it in your house. Ki'i'iaka. Iaka. Ki'i'iaka. 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 Sounds iaka. 3 syllables. Sounds like kakahiaka. Sounds like hi'iaka. I didn't know how to do that. Oh, hi'iaka. Okay. Sounds like Ika'aka is a pu'u up there on Hualalai. Okay, this iaka, the ki'i'iaka is an image. All the ki'is are images. Why do we care about the ki'is? Because the images in the kaʻao, they are the flame. Okay, it's not the kaʻao that sits there in its own right. It's the kaʻao whose images were implanted in that space to talk directly to us. Okay, and so the ki'iaka, and it's probably the main kaʻao that we want to focus on. And this is the kaʻao. This is the ki'i that we're going to ask you to focus on. There's 2 other ki'is. There's the ki'i honua and the ki'i akea. Okay, but we're not going to do that today. All right, we're just going to focus in on the ki'iaka. As we're going through this chant, okay, so your kaʻao started when you entered into this space, let's just say. Your impetus for coming into this space, it was, oh, and come all this time already, I might as well go to the last thing. Or maybe it's not like that, okay? Maybe it's like, oh, I heard Kekuhi and her team are super dynamic. We should go. It could be that one. Okay. The reason your huaka'i then is this examination of elements of this kaʻao. Okay. We're going to start with let's learn the chant. And then we're going to learn the hey. And then we're going to participate in the story. And then we're going to see where we are. Then we're going to have a ho'ike. Okay? Like you've never seen before. Okay, Gangi. Go ahead. Whose turn? Why are we all on the screen? It's totally throwing me off right now. Okay. I'm going to turn off my mute. I'm going to turn off my microphone. So now Amy is going to take us through the mele. Okay? Pay attention. And you have words somewhere. Lorraine, Kekuhi asked, what do you need to kai or initiate? Oh, I get it. Okay. Just checking. Did I miss what the challenge is that was given? The challenge is to lean into your kaʻao. Lean into your kaʻao. As we go through this process, learning the mele, learning the hei, listening to the kaʻao, and then the challenge is which part, which character, whether the character is me or the character is Hina or Kuna or Maui or Amy. Maybe Amy's your character. I don't know. But the challenge is to lean into the kaʻao and participate in the kaʻao. In the kaʻao. The thing that's being created as we talk. So from now on, for the rest of your life, we're not going to look kaʻao as this flat, impersonal story. Jane called Tim. Tim ran up the hill. We are going to, every time you come across a story about Hawaii geography, Hawaii spirit, Hawaii ʻāina, any kind, I want you to, the challenge is to lean into that narrative. Okay? This is going to teach us that we know more enough kaʻao. This is going to teach us that our tutus left us plenty things, and why are we rehashing the same old things? Get your life. I'm talking to me, because that's all. I only can see me in the TV. I gotta remind myself, stop treating those things as if they only happened long time ago in a land far, far away. The kaʻao about the pele, it's happening now. I'm a part of it. And I being a part of it means that I can manipulate the kaʻao. No! No! You heard what the Hawaiian lady said. The Hawaiian lady said we can manipulate the kaʻao. How you guys think the thing was made in the first place? How? The other Hawaiian lady would make them. Full participation in the Hawaii life way means not just hakuing no mele for the hula awana part or the hula kahiko part of Mary Marnock. It means get those stories in there. Start telling your story as if it was the making of a new luapele or something like that. As if it was the origin of that sacred tree. As if it was the beginning of a freshwater spring in your backyard. Start telling your story as if. Okay, we're going to learn the chant. We're going to Amy right now, you guys.
Raja, Raja. Okay, guys. Okay, let's learn the mele that you heard right at the beginning in Maui. Lorraine or somebody, could someone help drop the words in the chat, please? And if you can hear the chickens, welcome to Kahalu'u. Okay, so we're gonna learn this, and then maybe I'll just also, we're gonna try to drop a PDF, but I'm gonna try drop just the words itself into the chat. There we go. Can people see that? Emoji? Emoji?
Hi.
Okay, it's a short one. Okay, so everybody get your handy dandy tutu Mary Kavena Pukui, or you can go to vehevehe.org because this is going to be a team effort. Let's go through this mele. And if you have the words right in front of you or in the chat, you can open it up. And then let's just run through and verbalize the mele first, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into each line by line. Okay? It's a simple one, guys. We got it. Okay, so if you can repeat after me. E Maui, e Maui. E Maui, e Maui. Okay, second line. Ku'u ke'aho. Ku'u ke'aho. Okay. Third line, a little bit different from the first line. Not e, but o. O Maui, o Maui. O Maui, o Maui. Okay, next line. Pa'a, pa'a kala. Pa'a kala. Okay. Aki abe abe. Aki abe abe. And last but not least is Hina. Ke kapa o Hina. Ke kapa o Hina. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions on the line. Okay, let's try chant it a little bit, and then we'll dive a little bit more into the words. Yeah, and then Kealiʻi, you have your hand raised, so I don't know how you ask a question here, but just put it in the chat maybe, Kealiʻi. Okay. Okay, let's try. So repeat after me. We're gonna go through the leo of it. So first one, the first two lines, e Maui, and ku keaho. I don't know if you heard Alicia, but she kind of kaheaed it really loudly at the beginning. So that's gonna be one person, or if you're by yourself, you gotta do this part too. You're gonna go e Maui, ku'u keaho. E Maui, ku'u keaho. So really loud. You're trying to get Maui's attention, yeah? Like, eh. Okay? So, Maui, ku keaho. Okay? And then we go to o Maui, pa'a kala, aki ave, ke kapa o Hina. Ke kapa o Hina. Okay, easy, yeah? Not too many fancy olis, vocal techniques. You gotta just be loud, guys. Okay, we got a lot of thumbs up. Okay, Kealiʻi.
I asked them if they was okay, and then they gave me thumbs up.
Okay, we're good. Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper into the lines, and I'm gonna need people to kind of just jump in the chat and help us translate this together. And we're not gonna go as deep as we want to, but that's for later on. If you wanna like really get pili with this mele, but we're gonna go through, translate some of the really big images that Auntie Kekuhi was talking about. So that's gonna be like the Maui, the Hina, yeah? So Alicia, if you're able to screen share, we'll go line by line. Can.
Sorry, I took it down for a minute, but yeah, I can. 1 minute, please. Okay, here we go.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna butt in right over here as usual. Okay, and I'm gonna say, learn this as if you're going to teach it. Okay, because everybody here is gonna walk away with this mele, and then Amy will talk about why, how come they gave us one mele and no more translation on top? Funny kind. And then we hope you brought your hay with you. So if you never, while you're listening and repeating how Amy's teaching you, go and grab your lao string from the cabinet or your garage, okay, or your husband's work boots, shoelace. Go grab that and tie the hay together. It needs tied together. It needs to be at least, if you hold it with your index and stretch out your hand, your tied string should come to the middle of your breastbone. Okay, so while Amy's going through the words and you're listening and you're repeating, and you didn't bring a hay today, then go do that part. Okay, while you're listening. Kalamai, go ahead, Ames.
Ole, please butt in whenever, Gangi. Okay, everyone got their dictionaries? Does everybody know how to open the chat still when there's a screen shared? Just press the chat, yeah? And then we're gonna need like rapid fire, whatever comes to your brain. Okay, first thing, Maui. Chat everything that comes to your brain when you think about Maui. Maui. Oh, superhero, yeah. Maui Akalani, demigod. Oh my god, fast, fast, fast. Fishing, the sun. Maui Akalana, magical. Island. Maui Nui Akam, yeah. Hina, god, trickster. Hawaiian Superman. Haiku, strong dude, provider. Hina's son, Kupua, Nanakuli. Oh, yep, a lot of place names. Demigod. Question, that's a good one. His aho is made of aha from Pe'e Loko. Ooh. Kolohe, yep. Fire, brother is. Nick. Moa, kappa, secret of fire, sun, hook, ho'okele. Kappa. Ooh, okay, kappa is gonna come up. Protea flowers. Ooh, I need to know more about that. Dwayne Johnson. Yep, the Disney Maui. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I think everybody knows who Maui is. And just a little inquiry, because I saw the one chat that said question. So let's break down Maui. So what is ui, guys? Ui. Hey, uyako no uya oi. Hi here, kabayakane. What's that ui? Yeah, there's ui, beautiful. Query, yeah. Nino, calling out, ask. To ask. Yes. So if you guys can think about why Maui, thinking about all those things you guys listed out, how come his name is Maui? Yeah, we don't usually break it down like this and we don't pronounce it like Maui, but it's really interesting because it kind of makes sense. He is someone that kind of stirs things up in a lot of stories, yeah? Okay, so great. And then a little what is this called? Composition, things to look at when you're dissecting mele is even the small things. You see like the e Maui, and then you're gonna see in the third line we changed to o Maui. I'm not gonna tell you the answer, but just think about how come there's that difference of the e Maui versus o Maui. Okay, same Maui, very similar line, but we're changing that just that introduction. Yeah, the e and the o. Yeah. Oh, Samantha's already got it. Command versus name. Yep. Okay, next line. Ku'u keahu. Ku'u. What does that mean? That's choke translations of ku'u. My, release. Yep, both correct. Ku'u. My precious. Yes, it's a little more ku'u is a little more like intimate, yeah? Ku'u. Someone that's really intimate to you. My beloved. Yep, release down to land. A type of net. Ooh, okay, I didn't even know that. Ku'u. Dearest, yes. Okay, so ku'u ke aho. What is aho? So we get this when we get mele a lot, when the first layer is like looking at these big words. Maui, aho. Don't get too stuck on like the K's and the ka's. Okay, breath. Yeah, fishing line, aho. Did I see cordage? Yeah, cordage, trusting, connection, line, cord, lashing. Yes. Okay, so this can be all kind different translation, yeah? Like you can, whatever is pili to you in the moment, when you have to use this mele, you think about all those translations, yeah? Ku'u keaho, maybe it's release the cord. Maybe you're talking about my intimate aho. And then another thing I want you guys to notice is the relationship. You guys, I think most of you guys are familiar with who Maui is and who Hina is. And I heard some people in the chat saying Maui is Hina's son, Hina is Maui's mother. So think about aho, if we're talking about aho, right? Line, cord, lashing. What is a cord that might be connecting Maui and Hina? Yeah, umbilical, yes. Oh, you guys are super elu. Okay, everyone graduates. Pico, yeah, ieve. Yeah, so we're talking about releasing the aho. So I'm kind of moving a little bit ahead because you guys are super smart, but like thinking about when you can use this mele, yeah, because you don't want to just learn it. You want to already be thinking about, okay, how is this mele going to help me, yeah, or help others in my community? So maybe, I don't know, you're a mother or father, and then you gotta let your kid fly and go to college or something. Chant this, ku'u moku ka piko, yeah? Release that string. Or ku'u can be like a cutting too, almost. And then you're gonna see some cutting imageries later on. Okay, yeah, piko, 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 ieve, yes. Okay, ku'u. And then o Maui, o Maui. And if anybody else has thoughts on the e versus the o, just drop them in the chat. And we're gonna go to the next line. Pa'a kala. Pa'a. Pa'a. What is pa'a? Kupa'a. Solid. Firm with the sun. Stuck. Solidify. Yep. Firm, firm, firm. Yeah, super firm. Secure. Ooh, secure is a good word. Yeah. Secure the law. Law is day, sun. Yep. Day, sun. Any other thoughts on law? Seize the day. Yes. Kanehoalani. Yep. Maui is done. Maui, the one who did it. Yes. And then this will feed into the kaʻao that we tell in the story. So we're kind of going in an interesting order. So you guys are like hinting at the kaʻao right now. Strong connection, pa'a, date. Secure the day, fasten the day. Yeah, that's a great translation. So secure the day, fasten the day, slow down, yeah. Pa'a. Okay. Aseo, seize, take control. Gotta think about that one, Shannon. Sail. What do you mean sail? Like a canoe sail? Seize, take, and master the sun, master your consciousness. Yes. So consciousness is a good one. So someone up above mentioned Kanehoalani. Who's that? Puhala. So Kanehoalani is our sun up in the sky. He's also, like, you might know him as Pele's like father figure. You might also know him as, I can see Kanehoalani right now as actually from the window. In Windward Oahu, there's a physical manifestation of Kanehoalani. So pa'a kala, we think of Kanehoalani or the you know, when Auntie Kekuhi was explaining what kaʻao is, and then ao can be day, light time. When we're talking about day and light, we're also talking about consciousness, because that's when you're conscious, yeah. And then when you're sleeping, you're unconscious, and it's also your subconscious. So we're pa'aing, securing that consciousness, that father figure in society, yeah. Okay, and then pa'a, yeah, extremity, border, stratum, foundation. This meta is so fun to translate all the time because I get totally different layers to this meta every single time. Okay, this is a fun one. Aki, ave ave. What is aki? There's the aki grass that's at the beach and it makes you itchy. Yeah, it nips. Snap. Aki. Like aki. Aki the twig. Aki. Anything else? Aki? Bite. There we go. That's the word. Sever. Aki aki limu. Can you eat that, Auntie? I don't know aki aki limu.
Yeah, you can eat it. Doesn't taste good. It's only for fish and crabs and honus, but I eat it.
Is it similar to the grass, like poki?
Yeah, kind
Okay,
of.
okay. Oh, it's toothy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The grass is not my friend. I get all rash from the aki aki. But yeah, the aki aki, because it nips you, yeah, nips your feet. What else we got? To nip and let go. Toothy. Yes. Okay, great. So yeah, you get that kind of imagery, yeah, the aki aki, and then you'll see that in the hay too. To stand at the top. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, ave ave. It's the first thing that comes into your brain when you think ave ave. Tenacious, tentacles, sticky. He'e. Yep, that's the first thing that comes in my brain. Ave ave, those tentacles. Or ave. Not sure if tutu pukui would change the translation if you try ave, but try that too. Ave. Sun rays. See, you guys super smart. Aki is to bite off the bark of sugarcane to heal as a wound. Yeah. Aki is to scar over. Strips of valke. Strips of valke is the ave? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Runners. Yeah, the runners that the rootlets that go out and then pops up a new valke. That's a good image. Thread, burden. Tenacious. I like that word, tenacious. Bloodline. Yep, tentacle. Okay, so when you're thinking about this, okay, now we know like aki is like the biting, the nibbling, and then the ave is the tentacles. So what are we talking about here? Whose tentacles? Why are you talking about hey all of a sudden? Aki ave. So pa'akala, aki ave. The sun's tentacles, yep. Sun's rays, nipping the consciousness. I love that. Yeah, so something I'm always curious about, the composer did this intentionally, right? Like there's all kind words for rays of the sun. What is it? Kūpuna is a more common one, yeah? Like people use kūpuna okala. There's even, if we're talking about like cutting or slowing down the sun, there's different words we could use other than aki. Yeah, you could talk about slowing it, or maybe like oki. Aki, that biting and the slow nibbling kind of gives you a different kind of image, yeah? So aki and then ave, instead of, what would be an easier one? Like oki kukuna. Like why? You don't have to answer this, but I think you guys are super on it right now. So if you want to think about it, how come we use aki ave, these specific verbs and nouns? Yeah, like biting the tentacles, so only some are left. Yes, it's only like little bit nibble. Yeah, it's not like killing the sun. Creates a better visual. Cutting the cord, allowing the child to grow. The sun wasn't agreeing. He wasn't being kolohe like the he. Yeah. Annoying suction cups of the child. I'm not a mother yet, so I'm not. This melee probably rings totally differently if you're a parent. The cadence sounds choppy, reinforcing imagery. Sun is reluctant to slow, so the aki is an irritating reminder to slow your run. Raise down. Yeah, to taunt. Yeah, okay. So Shannon says, if it wasn't healthy, doesn't a he'e eats its own tentacles? They do that, yeah. Does that mean it's about biting off to become healthy? Oh, wow, that's an interesting idea. I never even thought about that, Shannon. Slow your roll to release what you do not need, Teresa said. Yeah, so a lot of what I'm getting from you guys is maybe it gives a more like active imagery, like instead of like, okay, Maui went and then like stop the sun. Yeah, you have this kind of battle. It feels like, and it's a little more relatable when you use these kind of words like aki and then abe abe. And then somebody said it, abe abe, like it's more like reluctant, and there's this battle going on. And when I think of abe abe, I kind of immediately see this image of the tentacles just going off. I know, sorry guys, you can't see everyone's comments. I'm trying to read them. Okay, kaʻao hinani, vibrations, the sounds of these words make and feel when chanting. Not so literal, very Hawaiian. Kekuhi said aki also means to snap. Snap the abe abe. And I remember somebody, one of our learners, when we were interpreting this mele, they were saying, yeah, maybe it's like the aki and the nibble feels a little more like gentle, yeah? You're kind of just like, you're not trying to like completely stop the sun. You're just trying to slow it down, like a little nibble, maybe just like one tentacle, and then the he'e imagery, like Shannon brought up. You know, they grow back, and then the he'e intentionally cuts some of their abe abe off sometimes. So it's this imagery that there is going to be a regrowth. You're not like stopping the sun or stopping consciousness. You're just kind of slowing it down and just nibble 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 nibble, yeah. Snap tenaciousness. Kanoi. Okay, last line, guys. Ke kapa Ohina. Okay, kapa. I think most people know what kapa is. Yeah, what is that? Kapa cloth. Yep. The kapa of Hina. And then who is Hina? Some people alluded to it when they said Maui's Hinas. Okay, let me try to catch up. Okay, kapa cloth. Hina, to fall down. Makua hine, Maui's mommy, Molokai inuia Hina, to fall. What else do you think about when you think Hina? Just big imageries of Hina. Mahina, there you go. The moon. Silvery, yes, the silver color. A lot of Hina plants are those coastal silvery plants. Divine feminine. If we don't know who your mom, then it's Hina. Yeah. Haumea and Papa. Beautiful moon. Phases and cycles. Hina the feminine. Yes, very, very, very feminine. Mother of all. Kuna. Okay, you think of Kuna. Oh, good. This will tie into the kaʻao. Okay, reflection. That's a good one too. That silver. Speaking of I'aka and gray clouds. Yes. Okay, so ke kapa Ohina, let's just close this out. So how come Hina is related to kapa making? But based on all the things that you guys just said. Because it doesn't need to be Hina's thing. Someone else could do kapa. Yeah. She is like the kapa lady. Women made kapa, yes. Himakua hine. Slowing down the sun so Hina can finish her kapa. Yes, that's the imagery here. But specifically kapa, if you guys can think about all those things that you guys said about Hina. As a mother, keiki need their kapa for the baby. Oh, yeah, that's a sweet imagery, yeah. Kappa is protection and the covering, like a mother almost, yeah? Yeah, protection or pale. We have moon equals Hina equals white equals shiny. I would hope that when we're pounding kappa that you want to get like a pretty shiny color. Doesn't come out black. Okay, kappa is pounded into something soft, the product of finishing something special that connects oneself. Oh, Kelsey shares. Kappa also means labia, which equals feminine. Oh, this is super, yeah, mother, what is it called? Mother-child kind of imagery, yeah? Okay, isn't that a cool mele? It's just so short, but cool. It's all, so everybody's right. All those answers are right. You can have different layers of this mele and then go in and dive a little bit deeper and start thinking about how those lines connect to each other. Like how come Maui, how come Hina, how come the sun, yeah. Okay, and then everything's gonna come together a little more when we share like the hey and the kaʻao. So I will end it right here. But mahalo nui, guys. You guys are so smart. Everybody graduates. Okay. Leisha, you wanna, or Auntie Kekuhi, you wanna jump in?
Yeah, cool. Awesome. ʻāina kong teach the chant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Alicia teaching that with the, oh yeah, okay.
That might help a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Back to Alicia. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I can't see you all, but I'm imagining you guys want to stand up and stretch a little. So let's all Kūpuna.
Okay, Alicia, you're gonna have to turn off your blur. We can't see the cord.
Oh, I'll welcome you to my living room. Here we go.
Yeah, well, everybody. That's the breaks. Here we go into Alicia's living room.
Okay, can we have everybody stand up? Let's re-energize. It's pretty cool. We were able to set the foundation in looking at the different ki'i, the imagery, and then the meaning and the kauna behind the words that we're going to be doing. And so now we're going to dimensionalize the practice by actualizing with our own bodies, with our hands, with our hey, the oli we're going to be chanting about. So yeah, like Auntie's doing, let's just stretch it out. We've been sitting. So let's get the energy back into our body. And just some things to know about hey. So this is a hey, and it's an extension of yourself. So we don't throw our hey on the ground. We don't want to put our hey over our necks for a long time. So our hey is an extension of ourselves. So we want to keep that in mind. We want to malama it. It does live in a house. So I have a hale for my hey that I take care of, and this is its hale. And then when it's resting, when our hey is resting, we have it over our shoulder. And this is what I've learned from being in Hala Ohi'a with Auntie. Okay, so let's go over what we learned with Amy. Okay, so we're going to put the hey over our right thumb right here. Okay, thank you, panelists. I can see you. I feel the energy of the rest of our registrants. Yeah, so put your hey over your right thumb, and then we're gonna gather the hey nicely into our palm. And I like to do it like this, grabbing it with my fingers so that it's not messy, not tangled, but intentionally placed into our palm firmly. Yep. Perfect.
Oh, yes. One quick thing, Alicia, Steph reminded. Yeah. If you're hapai, just chant with us. We don't want to engage too much of the cord image, right? When we talked about umbilical. So just keep your hey in the space when you're ready for it, and then please chant along if you're pregnant, yeah, hapai.
Awesome, thank you, Steph. Thanks, Amy. Okay, so we have our hey. It's an extension of ourselves. If you're hapai, please just do the oli with us. So we're gonna take a step back with our right leg right here. Take a step back at a 45-degree angle. Place your hand out to the back of you. And this is where you get ready for the kahea. So this is e maui, ku'u ke aho. And after ku'u ke aho, you're going to release the aho, the hay. Okay? Okay, hanaho. Put it back in your palm firmly, intentionally. Okay. Take a step back with your right foot.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Just a minute. I don't see Auntie over there. I don't see you standing up. How are you guys? Okay, good. Are you standing? Standing up. Standing up. We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave this conference. We're gonna leave all that energy. We're not gonna take. We're gonna take the learning, but we're gonna leave the energy with the chaos, the folks who made the effort to get the speakers. That is part of the closure, you guys. That we actually generate the energy, generate the aloha with our movement, with the hey, with the chanting, with the telling the story. That's what we're going to leave. We got to leave something. We just cannot come in here for free, manuahi kind, hang out, learn all the things, and then out skis. Okay, so this is one of the things we leaving this alana, this. And so that's what we're doing. Okay, so stand up from your desk. That's all right if somebody look at you funny kind. Good, good, good job, Alicia. Okay,
Yeah, and
carry
Trisha
on, carry on.
had a quick question I want to
Yep.
address since everybody can't see the chat. So Trisha asked, why don't we keep hair around our neck? So when Alicia was talking about hay to ensnare, you want to ensnare the right kind of imagery. So always do hay with mele, and you're gonna see in Maui hay that we actually do put our hay around our neck, but that's a part of the imagery that you're trying to what is it called? Bring about ki'i, yeah, bring out the ki'i imagery. So that's why you don't want to like put it any kind place, or it's gonna ensnare any kind of energy. Yeah. So that's the only reason why don't.
So that's a great, um, observation. Thank you for that. The other thing is that Alicia said this was the hay. We're gonna reiterate that this is a ritual hay. This is not a cat's cradle hay. Wow. Yeah, that was good fun. No. This hay that we bring into you, that's why we begin with the chant, we begin with the imagery, so that you can, like Amy says, couple. Because doing string kind things, including lashing, tying, koko pupu, hey, that's all, that's a negative activity. Not negative in that, not the way we think about negative in the real monotheistic way. I mean, just one way of thinking about things, like, ew, that's negative. No, don't do it. No, negative means it's always been an energy, a negative energy. So you've got to pair that. And let me tell you something else. The energy coming from the honua, that's a negative energy too. In your collection of all of these EMFs and environmental energy around you, notice that if you don't step out into the open doors, and notice that if you for a minute take off your shoes and step into the grass, that energy is going to neutralize itself. Okay, so that's an example of necessary negative energy. So string work has always been negative, very feminine. Yeah. So you've got to couple that. This is all about kaʻao of balance. It's about synchronizing and harmonizing. That's why I do the chant with it. Okay? And ask questions if you have questions. Okay, carry on, Alicia. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys so much. When I was learning hey, I remember this as a child, doing the string games. And so it's nice to know the importance of it spiritually and in the way that we practice using our hey. Yeah. So when you have your own hey and you create your Panina with that hey, take care of it. Yeah. Okay. So it's in your thumb. We put it into our palm firmly like so, not tangled. Yeah. It's in there. Okay, we're gonna do the kahea. Take a step back with your right leg. Auntie Kekuhi is watching you guys, so I know you guys are standing. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna do the kahea. We can practice it together. So that one is e Maui, and this is where we are directly asking Maui. Okay. E Maui, ku'u ke aho. Release the he. Step forward. We're gonna place it in both of our thumbs, like so. Yeah, so it's kind of like a happy face. Yeah. And we're gonna say, O Maui, pa'a aki ave ke kapa Ohi'a. Okay, so we did this one verse together, and then after we're gonna do the hula with the verse. Okay, all right. So we wait for the kahea. We do the whole oli together, the whole mele together with the he in front of us. And then the second time around, O Maui, we're gonna do the motions together, okay? So let's practice from this part here with our hands forward and our he in front of us, okay? O Maui, pa'a kala, aki ave ke kapa Ohi'a, okay? So this is how we're gonna close the oli. We're gonna go O Maui. Okay? We're gonna pa'akala. So we're gonna put the he over our po'o, over our head. Pa'akala. Okay, mai ka'i. And then we're gonna aki ave. So cross. We're gonna take this hand, the right hand, cross it behind. So you create this X here. And we're gonna bite down. Aki ave. Okay, so you're gonna say aki ave as you aki the ave. Aki ave. I'm gonna bring it back out. Okay, let's try that again. Ready? So palms in front of us. We're gonna aki ave. Aki ave. And look. Good girl. And then we're gonna do ke kapa Ohi'a. This is the part that my kid loves. This is the magic trick, you guys. So aki ave, and then ke kapa Ohi'a. Put it over your head. Ta-da! That's right, you did that. You pulled it off. You're magical, just like Maui. Yeah. Okay, let's hanaho. We'll do it one time together, all the way through. So the first part is to gather your he in your palm. Okay, ground like Auntie was saying, stand up. Okay, get all the energy in your body and your kino. Take a step back. Okay, whew. Somebody's gonna kahea, and then we're gonna step forward and do the whole oli together. And then the second time around, we're gonna do the motions together. We'll do it slow, okay? E Maui, ku'u ke aho. O Maui, pa'a kala, aki ave ke kapa Ohi'a. O Maui, pa'a kala, aki ave ke kapa Ohi'a.
You gotta do that face at the end, like Felicia.
Yeah, I just want to share that my boys, they love this hey, and I think I've learned so much from you guys today and just breaking down the oli. So mahalo for that.
Okay, so when you do this one, e Maui, okay, do it like real butch kind. Okay, don't be like, hey Maui, if you like if you can, could you? No, demand it. Be like, Maui, let go that line, drop that chord like right now. So when you do that, right, bam, 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 okay, and you're right over here, you gotta take a stance like, brah, I'm ready, brah. What? Like, what? So it can't be like, if you like, oh my God, wow, look at that. No, like be serious about it. Like, what if, okay, what if in the kaʻao, that's what I mean by leaning to the kaʻao, that's your challenge. Just don't learn a hey or a chant or, oh, so cute, that hey, that chant, oh, I'm going to teach it to my friends, or lean into that story, or just learn the story. Oh, I know that story already. No. That's not why we're here. We're not here to belittle your intelligence. We're here to challenge you to lean into the story. That means become the character. This is not like theater, become the character, kind of like theater, okay? Kind of like it, but like 24/7. What? I gotta like butch and be like a theater Maui or Hina or Kuna 24/7. No. It means consider what we said, Maui. That to Maui. Think about that. What is that? Brah, he's the big innovator, okay? He is him and his mother. They is the fudgesicles, like, of innovation, domestic innovation. Okay, they're like the engineers of food security, bruh. Okay, so that's what we mean by lean into the story. That we cannot say any longer that, oh, I don't know, my parents never teach me. We moved to the mainland. It's not right. I cannot do it. We're not even Hawaiian. I couldn't live. Bah! If you have some kind of aloha to this place and you live over here, you gotta know. You gotta know the story. You gotta know the hula. You gotta know the chant. You gotta know the hey. More importantly, not you gotta know that I'm gonna quiz you. What is it? What? Not that. Like, you gotta know who you are in that kaʻao. Who are you? You gotta know that inquiry and innovation. Huh? And don't be stuck in what is not appropriate for 2022 and beyond. And what is appropriate for 2022 and beyond? What is it? Okay? The kaʻao that I'm challenging you with is, what is your life story now that you are aware of, that is in your consciousness? It's in this hey now. It's in the chant, it's in the story that you're going to participate in. That where is your domestic engineering capability, intelligence? Where is your innovator in you? Where's your Maui? I want you to inquire. Inquire don't only mean ask questions. Is it blue or is it red? Is it 1.5 millimeters or is it 1.58 millimeters? Kaʻao don't care about that kind of things. Kaʻao care about rising the spirit of the inquiry for this kaʻao, and all of the other things that Steph is going to talk about. So when you put this aho out there and you're saying, what I gotta believe in, what I gotta kuʻu, what I gotta cut off, what I gotta let go of, what I gotta release, what I gotta hold near, huh? And you let go of that aho, you finally release your breath. Kuʻu keaho also means to release the breath. Not only has to do with this material piece of string right here, it also has to do with, bruh, you release the breath and go. Okay, so do it with some attitude. Don't do it apologetically. Stop being apologetic for who you're not and who your parents never help you be, and your grandmother never talked to you in Hawaiian. And who cares? It's 2022. We're giving you the tools. You can get all the tools today, bruh. This conference is letting you walk away with Lomi tools and Antihoku tools. And bruh, you guys got to talk to Kiani and Anakon and amazing practitioners. There's nothing more special about them except for that they lean into the question. They don't just accept the rhetoric, they lean into the question. That's what it is to do your Maui. Do your Maui. Okay? So do it with attitude. E Maui, ku'u ke aho. Don't just let it fall out of your hand. Brah, release it. And when you open up your hand and you release that aho, oh, you're going to feel a surge of electricity come right up into your fingers, down that right hand, and up and down into your left hand. Let's try it again one more time, Alicia. And then we'll go to the story. 340. We're doing so good.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a few people that got stuck though.
So what's your questions?
I wonder if our KS team, if you can take off our spotlights so they can see Alicia really big, and then maybe Alicia will help if you're like turned sideways, and then you tell people which one's your right hand and left hand, and which one crosses over.
Okay, here we go. Slow motion. Okay. So it's on my right hand. The hay is hooked on my thumb. We're going to gather it in our palm. Okay. Hold it firmly. Take your right leg. This one. Step back. Place your arm out. Listen for e Maui, ku'u ke aho. Release. Good. Step one, good. Okay. Step forward, the same leg. Hook the hay with both thumbs. So you see it's kind of like a happy face like this. We have our thumbs supporting our hay. And this is for, we're going to do the chant one time through, so you guys know the words. So it's o Maui, pa'a kala, aki ave, ke kapa Ohina. And then the second time around, so you're like this. The second time around, we're gonna do the chant and the motions at the same time. So o Maui, still at the front. Pa'a kala. Aki ave. Aki. So here's the tricky part. This is where the trick happens. Here's our hands. We're gonna cross one hand under the other. Okay, so I'm gonna cross my right hand under my left hand so that you can see the hay have crossed here for the ave. Okay, and then that's where you're biting. You're biting right on the cross right here. And so you don't want your hay too far out, right? Because then you gotta lean forward and it gets loose. So you wanna make sure your hay is close to your mouth right here. Cross it and then bite at the cross. All right, that is the tricky part, knowing where to aki ave. Aki ave, and then kekapa Ohina.
You gotta go back the way exactly you came from. Don't try to, I don't even know if you can twist your hands.
It's a reverse. So make sure your hay is close to you so you can make the bite at the cross. And then this hand is going under. Yeah. Right? Okay, so aki ave, cross, right hand under left hand so that you can make the cross with the string. Go back under the right hand. Kekafa over your head. So lean down a little bit. and flip it. Amy, feel free to talk while I'm chewing.
No, I think we understand you.
Okay, right on. Okay, so we made the bite. We went under with our right. We went back under with our right. Okay, couple, back, flip it over. Ha.
Okay, I think Shannon got it. Anybody else that was stuck and got it?
Yeah.
Who's got it? Yeah, thumbs up.
Maui.
Okay, better. I got a better. I don't know what that means.
Give us some thumbs. Oh, Vicky gave us the kind muscle arms.
Also,
Okay.
got it. Okay.
Yeah. Shoot us a sign if you need them one more time or exactly where you're getting stuck. Like I'm getting stuck on Ke kapa Ohina. Okay, we get better. We get some shakas. Thumbs up. Got it. Yes, better. Mahalo. Okay.
Sun emojis. Awesome.
If you come stuck inside here and your hay don't open up, then that's not the one. Obviously.
Yeah, so I think that the main trick here is making sure that the same hand is what reverses. So if you go under, so if your right hand goes under the left string and then you bite, then that same hand needs to go under the right hand still needs to go under the left string. Okay, so I'll show you the side view. So bite, and then your hand. Okay, all right. Are we, my ka'i? Do we want to go through it with all the? Yeah, we'll go through it one full on time, Auntie. Okay, hikino. I got penny shaka, so I think that's our good to go. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me and doing our hay and dimensionalizing our kaʻao and our mele and our ability to connect to this story. Okay. Makau kau. Aye. E Maui, ku'u ke aho. O Maui, pa'akala, aki, ave, ke kapa o Hina. O Maui, pa'akala, aki, ave, ke kapa o Hina. Mahalo, you guys.
Awesome. Again, take malama your hay if you're using it, especially for ritual. Number 2 thing is making sure if in our tradition, if you're hapai, then you put it away and be the best chanter. Okay? If you don't feel like it, like you're like, oh, but it's not my tradition, then don't do this chant. I'm just saying. then I'm gonna ask you, like you don't need to, because even though we're gifting this to you to go teach, it's because it's a great exercise. As you see, we've already done poetry, we chanted, we've done poetry translation, poetry interpretation. I introduced you to what kaʻao means now, and then I introduced you to the ki'i, the image that we are really zooming in on, and that's the ki'iaka. Okay, so there's plenty of things to take away. I'm going to ask you that if you disagree with the using the hay while you're pregnant, I'm going to ask you, then don't use it at all, because we accountable, like us guys over here. Okay, All right, moving on. So, what does this have to do with Jack in the Beanstalk, Stephanie and Waiaka?
Aloha! So glad you asked. All right.
Hello.
So we're gonna take you on a little kaʻao journey to Hilo, and we're gonna start in the Wailuku River. This is my pakana over here, Waiaka. We're gonna tell this story for you. So, yep, we're in the Wailuku River. If anybody knows where that is, Rainbow Falls, Waianuenue Falls is where we're gonna start, right behind me here. And Amy has a beautiful picture as well. And here we're gonna meet an ancient mo'o named Kuna. And so according to Manaya Kalani Kalua, Kuna is older than dirt. He has been here forever. And so yeah, he's an ancient mo'o. He was here before Hina and Maui. And so we also meet Maui.
And before he was here, he was other places too.
Yes.
He used to be tuna, and he traveled. And he used to have a whole another, like he's a mo'o here, but some people know him as a puhi and as tuna. So that's how old dirt is. It gets more than one name.
Yeah. Yep. It's more than one name. And thank you for reminding me that the Maui stories span across the whole Pacific Ocean. There's Maui stories all over the Pacific and a little bit different tweaks here and there. So this one is particular to Hilo and to our place. And so, yeah, we meet Maui here as well and Hina. And so we already kind of did a little bit of a makavalu on who is Hina, who is Maui. And now you know who Kuna is. So we also know that Hina is the one who brought, in this mo'olelo, there's also different versions of this story. So this is just one version. Hina.
And all stories are true. Like if we tell you this one, maybe don't go tell your friend like, oh, that's wrong. We heard from so-and-so that it's all stories are true. And this one, it's you get to lean into this too and ask yourself about the things we brought up. I'm just gonna, recap that. What is Maui? Because you get Maui in you, you get Hina in you, you get Kuna in you. You have all these characters in you. So as we move forward, we know that okay, Maui is representing us human folk over here, and Kuna maybe perhaps just asking, not saying. Maybe he's tradition, and then where does that put Hina? Just ask the questions, because as we give you the rest of the story. Okay, continue. Sorry, friend.
No, my ka'i, thanks. Just keep on adding. Okay, so Hina brings the practice of kapa making to Hilo, and she's the new kid on the block, so is Maui. So they move into Hilo, and she finds this beautiful cave right behind me, right underneath the beautiful falls of Waianuenue, and it's called Keali'ikanaka'ole. Ooh. And so it's a perfect place, she feels like, to make her kapa. So she goes right to work, and she just starts all day long to kuku kupa.
I don't know if you can hear that. It's loud here.
Just like that. Yes. And so she's going to town with her kuku kapa, and Kuna has never heard this before. This is his wahi. This is where he lives, and he lives right above the falls. If you look at Amy's picture, I don't know if you guys can see, he lives right on the top, and that's called Kunawai. So he lives right above the waterfall. And Hina, have you ever guys put like a phone inside of a cup or something, and it amplifies the sound? So that is exactly what was happening inside this cave. She's kuku kapaing, and it's like super loud outside of the cave because it's amplification. Tag Waiaka.
Well, you tapa makers might enjoy that sound. For Kuna, it was just interrupting his piece. So brother's up there, he has his kuleana, he's watching over the Wai'o Kuna. That's what he's meant to do. And he's resting because he doesn't always have to work. But then he hears so he's got to go say hello. And he goes down and he peeks around the corner into the ana, and there sits beautiful Hina. And I'm sure he was a little taken aback. I mean, what was he expecting from that kind of sound? And then as Hina is sitting there doing her industrious thing, yeah, aloha, e komo mai, welcome to the neighborhood. What are you doing? And maybe he was nicer because she's pretty, but in any case, she answers, why, I'm beating tapa. This is what I do. And he says, oh, is it always that loud? And then, of course, it has different sounds, but this is what I'm doing right now. And yeah, it's that loud. Oh, he says, well, this is a problem. Like, welcome and all, but I gotta rest because I have some work to do. And if I don't rest, I can't do my work. And I definitely cannot rest if you're gonna keep doing that. And she kind of, okay, well, but I gotta do this. So where are the two going to meet? Well, maybe Kuna's feeling generous because Hina's beauty, and maybe Hina's feeling like the best way to get rid of this guy is to make an agreement. So they decide together that they're going to divvy up their time. Okay, you get to beat your tapa for this long. Well, I put up with it, and then I get to rest, and you gotta be quiet. They make their agreement. Kuna returns to Waiokuna, thinking this is all settled. And then
So meanwhile, Hina is wanting to kuku kapa for longer. She's not satisfied with the amount of daylight that there is, and she wants to have a longer amount of time during the day to kuku kapa and to dry her kapa in the sun. So she asked Maui, her son, to go wala'au with his uncle, Kala, the son, and ask him to slow down a little bit. And so Maui leaves Hina, and goes to Maui Island. And there he goes up to Haleakala. He has a conversation with his anakala. His anakala and him kind of get into it because the son doesn't want to slow down. He's doing his thing. And so Maui uses his magical fish hook, Manaya Kalani, and just like in our chant that we just did, and just like in our hey, he lassos the son and makes him slow down, forces it. And so that gives Hina more time to kuku kapa. I wonder what Kuna is going to think.
While he was exactly, Kuna's not thrilled. So Hina keeps doing her thing. And you get a little obsessed when you're doing your hana no ea. You're in the zone. So she's in the zone. She's not looking at the clock. Kuna is. He's like, time's up already. She never stopped beating her tapa. He's got to go his lizard walk back down to the ana. And you're like, what's up? Why are you still doing this? And Hina looks up for the first time in who knows how long. And the sun is still there. Well, she's working. Don't you see? He reminds her of their agreement. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Kalamai, she says. And he returns to his vai and thinks, this might be trouble. Oh, my screen. Yes.
Oh, you're good. Okay. Yeah. So Kuna just is getting more and more irritated with Hina. And so she basically is, it's her thing, right? So just like Vaka said, she's just going to town and she's not concerned that he's irritated. She keeps on doing what she's doing. And so Kuna wants to get her attention. So he decides to, maybe in grade school days when a little boy likes a little girl and wants to get their attention, maybe pull the hair, or make a little bit hana ino kind thing. So he decides to roll this big boulder off of the top of Kunavai to right into the pool. And so that pohaku actually has a name. That pohaku is Lonoa. And backstory, Pele turned that person into a pohaku. So Lonoa is a pohaku now, and he gets thrown over the cliff into the pool right behind me here. And on the edge, right, let's see which way I'm going, right over here, that's where the river continues down the Wailuku River. And so when he throws it in, he blocks the pathway for the river to continue. So now the water inside of this pool right in front of Hina's beautiful cave is starting to fill up. And she's not super concerned about it, but she notices it and she retreats back, continues to kuku kapa, but the water is getting higher and higher and higher. So eventually she realizes that this is too much and she needs to ask for help. So she sends up her distress 911 signal, which is a big kaʻao.
Yes, ʻāopua, distress signal. Maui's a little busy, but when he sees that, okay, I got to check in because this is important. and he jumps into his wa'akauhi, which is beautiful, right? He's all decked out, styling, and 2 swipes of his hoi, he's across the ocean, and he bangs into the cliff and creates another wa'a, because that's still there. You can go and see it. And now he's on it. He sees that the river is not acting the way it's supposed to. It's action time. He's no more time to try and figure out how to move the pohaku. And then Kuna, realizing that Maui has returned and thinking, wow, my rock might have upset him a little bit, grabs Hina and then hurries off up the river. And Maui's in hot pursuit. He doesn't have time to deal with the pohaku or the rising river. So he's chasing his mama in the arms of a giant mo'o. This is making him angry. He doesn't like this. So he threatens Kuna. Kuna says, hey, what, man? I had an agreement with your mother. She never listened, this is true. But Maui has to acknowledge that for 1 second, but then he thinks, it's my mom. There's no question here. This is my relationship that I have to honor. So he starts attacking Kuna. He has his big spear. He drives it into the ground. Kuna, this is his stomping grounds. You're not going to catch him with your spear. Maui, realizing this, calls on his tutu pele. He needs help. He calls on her. She sees the distress. She decides to help. She launches her fire bombs. 3 fire bombs go. You notice there's 3. So it was 3 times Kuna knocks on the door. 3 times she launches. And Kuna sees now he's in trouble. The tables have turned. But he knows all the pe'epe, all the ways to dive down into his hiding spots. And he's using all his oli, all his know-how to avoid Maui. But now the water is getting hot and it's frothing and bubbling, which it does to this day. And Kuna feels the heat. His scales are starting to cook and fall off. Hina is no longer his concern. He just wants to preserve his life.
Yes. So where they're at right now, if you guys are following us up the river, they're at pe'epe'e. So another word for that is boiling pots, right? Obviously you can see why that's the name, but pe'epe'e is like the something is like lurking or hiding in there. So Kuna is using that to his advantage, and he's going, there's, you know, lava tubes underneath as well as over. So he's going underneath and then popping up in another pool. And then Maui is using his club and he's trying to whack him, and then he's ducking down and going to another pool. So Maui's having a really hard time catching Kuna because he's kind of like dodging him everywhere. Manaya Kalani Kalua, again, I'm just going to quote him because he says it so good. This is the whack-a-mole game. Yeah, you guys, you know, where in the little arcades where you're trying to whack the mole, exactly like that. So Maui is playing this giant whack-a-mole game, trying to get Kuna, and Kuna's dodging him. Pele's shooting fireballs at him, and Kuna is just like, okay, I got to get out of here. So he starts digging into the side of the river to get away from the vai that's burning him. And so Pele realizes that she needs to kind of like step it up a little bit. So she sends a flow down the Wailuku River, and Kuna is racing down the river to get away from this now, Maui in hot pursuit. So Kuna, right behind me, you can see, launches over. He's back to Waikuna. He launches over the falls, and that's Maui's opportunity to get him. So Maui hits him with his club, and then Maui picks up the pohaku that he used to bash him with, right? Lono kaeho, right? To block the water, and he picks it up so the water can now flow again, and then he throws it on top of Kuna. That's it.
And that is supposedly the end of Kuna, but we can ask that question later. Is it really the end? Is it really the end of anything? But with that said, pipi holo kaʻao.
Pipi holo kaʻao.
I love it. All right, really quick in the chat, for those of you who are still here, I try to keep up with the notes. Some of the things we want to take away from the story in the first listening, because when the tutus are in front of you, you know, the old folks are in front of you, or even the young folks, okay? And so now it's not just old folks telling stories, for sure. When somebody's at their vahipana and they're telling you the story of their vahipana, what you want to do is really tune in to the names. I know sometimes the names aren't clear, but at least one of them, two of them. You don't need to memorize all the names, but what's in the name is the whole point of that exercise. So yeah, you can know the whole story, so that's good. I'm sure. So the whole point of keeping the story short and in this time frame is so that you can get a sense of the movement of Maui, Kona, Hina, Lonoa, the water in and even if you've never been to Waianui or the Wailuku River or Pe'epe'e, or you've never seen Kekuhi, you get this idea of you can relate to a river flow. Now, if you can relate to a river flow, all you're gonna do now is add characters to that. Oh, let's add a waterfall. Boom, Hina lives under that waterfall. Let's add a rock at the top of the waterfall that falls over and covers the cave. What's the rock called? Lono Ka'eho. Maybe I cannot remember the whole Lono Ka'eho. Oh, I heard Lono for sure. The rock Lono. So I'm retelling this story and I'm going, I don't remember the whole rock's name, but it was Lono for sure. I know that for sure. I know Kuna, Hina, and Maui because those names, they're short. I've heard them before. Okay, awesome. I don't remember the name of the water or the name of where Kuna hid at Pe'epe'e, hide. But walking away with the general story and at the very least one of the place names and one of the character names is super important for preserving the integrity of the geo story. Okay, so and really locating that story in a river in Hawaii somewhere, if you can't remember all the names. Okay, but I try to type it in the chat. So really quick in the chat, who is the first character? I don't want you to think through it, or character or activity. It could be the flying of the fireballs. It could be the smashing on the head with the rock. It could be the beating of the kappa. So activities or characters or place names. Which one of those things really like I got it. Like I'm vibing with that. Who do you vibe with? Real quick. I don't want you to think about it. Just type in the chat who you're vibing with right now. Are you vibing with the fireballs? I'm totally vibing with the fireballs. You know why? Not just because the family is Pele, but I'm vibing with the fireballs because I have all this sulfur in my throat right now. Yeah. Hina in the zone. Bah! Hina in the zone. That Anchi, she's not putting down her ie kuku for nothing. Kuna, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna, awesome. Now I'm gonna ask you really quick. Why? Why are you vibing with that person that you just picked? Why? Now this is the ki'iaka. This is the ki'iaka, you guys. This is a demonstration of the ki'iaka. Bam, the first activity or the first character you're vibing with. Bam, you write them down, think about it, hold that real quick, just take a note of it, and then why are you vibing with that person? Mark, say ready, go. Vibing with Maui and his ability to row and be there for his mom. Vibing with Hina, she's just trying to work. I'm just trying to work. Kuna, irritated because Hina invades his space. Yes. Lono ka'eho, I love the pohaku. Why? Solid, kupa'a, foundation. Determination, yeah. Pounding of the kapa. That's why you're vibing. Kuna, vibing with kuna. Feeling like having to dodge fireballs, crazy stuff in my life now. Exactly, boom. Hina and Maui's mother-son relationship, nice. I can relate as a mom and appreciate Maui's loyalty. Yeah, nice. Maui tries to fix things. I know, right? He tried, but vibing with Hina because she stand her ground. Okay, Hina's diligence and some of that. Hina working hard on her thing. Kuna, I get stuck resisting innovation because I'm afraid of losing tradition. Awesome. Okay, so Brian, there's like 34 more answers. Okay, read it for yourself. Okay, so the next question is, guess what's the next question? So that is your ki'iaka, you guys. Okay, next question is, who you absolutely no vibe with? Who's that? Who or what activity you're not having it? You're like, no, you want to shut it down. Okay, which activity? Flying the fireballs? Is it rolling that boulder over the cave? What is it? Which one of the characters are you not having right now? Just right now. Don't think about it. Just write it down. Mommy being a great mama's boy. Okay, that's a good thing. Poor Kuna just wanted his peace, right? Okay, Pele being the protective matriarch, totally locked in when working. Okay, 2 seconds. Oh, Lori's trying to tell me 2 seconds, girl. 2 seconds. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. The mo's inflexibility, nice. Kuna, mind your business. When Hina asked for more time again, I feel like there may have been a missing component, right? Trying to vibe with Hina and just cause cruise, but my kid's not allowing that. These kids. Send them with the kind Maui across back to the other island. Kuna's space was disrupted. Yeah, absolutely. Hina, work-life blank. I don't know what is that. Act of killing the mo'o. Flying fireballs. I cannot handle confrontation and aggression. Okay, that is beautiful. Here's the big reveal, gang. That too is your ki'iaka. She never. That auntie just went there. You mean the one I'm vibing with is not my ki'iaka? This one? No, both of them is your ki'iaka, you guys. Both of them. The one, bam, that you first went catch on with, you're like, I'm all about her. And the first one you went, ew. You know that one, you went, ew. That one. That activity, ew, fireballs, ew, aggression, confrontation. I'm not can. No. You see that one too? That's your ki'iaka. And the question, the challenge of leaning into the kaʻao is, ask yourself the question, why? Why you're not vibing with that? And that's the treasure of leaning into the kaʻao from the ki'iaka. Why you're not vibing with we all live in this world and we gotta share. Okay, we're not vibing with Kuna and putting the boulder over the cave because we all live in this world. We gotta share. Why you feel like that? Fireballs, like feels like overkill. Like why you gotta be like a war? Like why? Why you feel like that? Why is that character and that activity getting you now? Getting you. Like it's getting me. Like you gotta close your teeth and you're getting the kind, your veins in your neck coming stiff like that. Like we understand why I can vibe with being a mom and my son's loyalty. So that goes 2 ways. Maybe I can vibe with being a mom, Hina, and my son's loyalty. I love that. My son and my daughters, they're like, and all of my Hanai kids, like they're like that. Or I really love that loyalty. I don't have that. So that I'm vibing with that thing is not necessarily the beneficial vibe. It could be the vibe that you're going, I really love that, but like, and I dream about that, and like I can story that, and but like I know where that. On the other extreme, and not the opposite, is not the opposite, it's the other extreme. It's the complementary emotion, that ki'iaka that's getting you right now. Why is it getting you? That's the treasure of kaʻao. That's why we cannot let the kaʻao go. That's why when we retell the kaʻao, we include ourselves in the story. Stop telling the story from a third person, fifth person point of view. They belong to you. As long as somebody come up to you and tell you the story, that story was meant to enter your life, not as words on a page, but as an energetic, dynamic energy. That's the kaʻao. That's what we leave you with. We leave you with a hey. We leave you with the chant so you can dimensionalize this kaʻao. We leave you with the names of the people in this kaʻao so you can ponder on that. Like, who am I in this kaʻao? I thought I was the Maui, but why I gotta be somebody like in this kaʻao? You don't gotta be like anybody in this kaʻao. But why did we bring this kaʻao over here right now, today, in front of you? Could have been in front of any 1,000 other people. No, it was you. Somebody need to talk to you. Okay? And it's not the principal. It's one of these people inside here. The takeaway is not the hey, is not the chant, is not the story, is not the ki'iaka, nor is it the term and the definition for kaʻao. The takeaway is the relevance of this kaʻao for you right now, in this moment, not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. What is the relevance now? That's your takeaway. Let's stop dealing with the ancient past, and let's stop dealing with all the things that could happen. The kaʻao is to enjoy and have a relationship right now. Love it for that. Okay? Mahalo our tutus that they left us some clues, but we don't need to figure out every single thing in life because they're smart enough to embed these keys inside of these seemingly cute stories, but the stories is deep stuff. No forget them. Hey Uru, hey Leināʻala, please, guys,
Oh
join
my
us.
goodness.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Oh my goodness, Kumu. You have left us wanting more. You know, mahalo for bringing back ways to engage and the relevance of kaʻao. That's been something not brought back to the forefront. And while you're saying those aren't takeaways, those are everyday things we could do to engage and to see ourselves in that. And I was getting excited about what I was all jazzed for. And then you tell me what I never liked. And I was like, oh, that's part of it too. Okay, throw a curveball. But this has been a wonderful opportunity. And mahalo, because I know you folks are coming back. There's another opportunity to continue. So if you guys are here, our panelists will be back for another opportunity to continue this work and go further. And there's never enough time. That's always the junk part. But mahalo nui ya oko, mahalo nui Kekuhi, Alicia, Amy, Waiaka, and Stephanie for the time and the energy that you guys are giving us and for leaving these clues for us to find for ourselves as well. Mahalo nui ya oko pakahi apau. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. Oh my goodness. So as the goal today was really to help us lean into what the Kūpuna have left us. As you heard, breadcrumbs. We hope that today's events, from as far back as our hi'uwai, to our opening, to our panels, to our presenters, to our keynote speaker and her team, right? Really having opportunities to reflect on your wellness. How can I be resilient? What practices might I be able to engage in and engage, right? We said today's just one day. You're not going to be the expert in the day. There's the continuum to consider. But as you're studying and practicing, it's really exciting to be able to create your own network, create your own practice as an ohana, as an individual, and start building a larger community. And so mahalo nui, and as we talk and praise our kupuna, what better way to close our day with one of our very own at Kamehameha. So while he might have the title Director of Ike Hawaii Cultural Development in Ho'okahua, he has been a long time mentor for many of us. He is, and has been a kumu of Olelo, Hawaii. He is a man who's an example. And when you talk about what kind of kupuna you want to be, I hope that my sons resemble him as well. It is with great pleasure, great aloha that I invite Kumu Keala Kwan to give our mana'o and leo pai pai and to close us out for the day. Mahalo nui.
Mahalo nui e Leināʻala. Hiki ke lohe.
Hiki ke lohe Kumu, mai ka'i.
Because ho kekuhi ma, hu. Ke kuha'ahe o kuku ma ya o kou. To Alicia especially, I like the close-up. I went get them. I made the magic myself. And when you went Kūpuna and you make magic, whoo, oh, what a feeling. Ho kanani o ke ia la, ea? This has been a beautiful day. Nā ke akua I hana. O ke kahi mana o Kūpuna, ma kou manao, luhi mai kai. Luhi, tired. Mai kai, good kind tired. It's like when you ho'omakau for the imu, for the Panina. No e kahana, no e kahau oli. So we're not going to be here till midnight. Sorry to let some people down. When I was about 5 years old and I'm at a luau prep, this is not a luau prep with my mama. She pointed to our ohana across the way and she said, nana kela ohana? They only make the earth heavy. I have to translate that. They only make the earth heavy. Well, you see, when we know what to do, we must do it. When we learn from our kupuna, we must continue it. So my mama was telling me, they know what to do, but they just kunana. Now, to stand and look is okay. And to stand and look is not okay. It's all situational. And in that situation, for prepare for the Panina, it's not good to kunana. So this idea of no make the earth heavy is part of what we heard today. Hawaiian culture action, otherwise known as Kūpuna. Hawaiian culture action. Because Ike is beautiful, Ike is deep and wide. But our Kūpuna teach us, Ike without hana, not quite making it. So take at least one thing today of the many, many momi that have been shared, including the hei and the beautiful mo'olelo we heard, and activate it. We also heard about our keiki. Take them with us. So I would add, take your keiki, take your mo'opuna, take the haumana that you think going to benefit. Take them with you when you go halavai, you go in meeting, you go and learn, you go and teach. Because that is the way of our kupuna. Even if they make noise, that's okay. Just talk louder. Hikino. Healing, peace, wellness. All the good things our kupuna already knew we heard today. So maikai, we heard empowerment, maikai, but also affirmation. Affirmation meaning what you know already, mai ka'i, keep it going. Because what we learned today is this is not only a part-time commitment. It is living. It is daily. Just like our Kūpuna did. And if you saw the kanikapila, I will just touch upon that. Mahalo e nanima for the Leināʻala, pumelia. Energy, we heard about mana, energy comes in many forms. Making music is one of them. Oli is another. Sharing from aloha with aloha. All of these things are maikai. And maybe I'll just for now invite you, put in the chat, because we're not going to be here till midnight. Maybe one thing you are taking away today, one thing that you're going to activate. Open invitation as we prepare to pule and close our day. Always with mahalo. Mahalo to all those lima and those na'au that came together to make what we experienced as a wonderful he luhi maikai, a tiring, wonderful day. I like the 2022 that Kumu Kekuhi was talking about. Yeah, and what? The vibe. Makaolelo Hawaii, oia ka launa maikai, when things match up nicely. So bring things down before we ho'oku'u, before we release. And I invite all of us to lift up good thoughts for ourselves, our ohana, our Hawaii, our nation and the world. E ho'omalu kākou. E ko mākou makui loko kalani ka makua I hana I ke ia la malie, our great and powerful God who has created this tiring, beautiful, wonderful day. E mihi mai e ke akua ia mākou I ka no'o hema I ka olelo hewa I ka hana ino. We ask humbly for forgiveness for our shortcomings in thoughts, in words, and in actions that are not right. Kokua mai ia mākou e ke akua I hiki ke mihi aku I ko mākou ohana, ko mākou hoa. Help us also to be humble, to forgive our loved ones, others, and our own selves. Mahalo anui ke akua no ke ia la nani. Olu e ho'i no me mākou I ko mākou hale. We ask that you take us home safely, even though we may be home already. But do protect us and keep us in your aloha, within your love, and help us always to come from a place of aloha. We thank you for all that has occurred today. We appreciate those who have presented, those who have taken in all this Kūpuna wisdom, and help us to activate, help us to lessen the weight of the world. And ke akua, we lift up a special mana'o for those who are suffering right now in other parts of the world, including our own Hawaii. Mahalo anui ke akua I ko aloha. Be with us, bring us back safely tomorrow to enjoy more of ka waiwai o nā Kūpuna. A ke ia maumea e hapaia e a oe, me ka ha'a me ke aloha, ma ka inoa kau keiki hiwa hiwo Yesu Christo. Amene.
Mahalo e kumu Keala Kwan. Mahalo kumu Keala. And to you too, Leināʻala, for being our hostess throughout the day. We had many inspiring workshops throughout today. Kekuhi, Kiani, Pu'u, Kamaka, Ana, Ka'iana, Meleana, and so many more of you whom I'm unable to name in a single breath, nor without tears of joy and gratitude. We of the Summit hope that you have found a call to action in perpetuating culture for health and well-being on a personal level, so that you can be an active component for health and well-being in your families and in your communities. As Kumu said, we encourage you to join us and continue this journey by joining us tomorrow as we have more workshops, go more in depth with all of this. And again, on April 1st and 2nd, all via Zoom and online, so you can join us from around the world. Please check out our website for more information. And also, all of this great mana'o in the chat. If you haven't had a chance to complete the summit survey, your feedback, your mana'o, your feelings about the day will be extremely helpful as we look forward to planning for future learning opportunities. And please use the following links that will be put into the chat to share your thoughts on the summit as a whole in our overall summit survey and in response to the individual presentations in the presentation surveys as well. Once again, mahalo to all of our presenters and mahalo to all of you for being present and for being a part of ka Waiwai no nā Kūpuna.
And yes, mahalo, mahalo to everybody that I get the lovely kuleana of extending our mahalo to each of you that's still here, that stuck it out with us throughout the whole day. Mahalo from this morning, our morning gathering team, those that helped to put together the video, those that were here in person, our hui aloha serenaders, so lovely, was so hard to click off to go do other kuleana. We loved it. Mahalo to each and every presenter for each and every session. Mahalo especially to our keynotes, Auntie Hokulani, Sean, Elsie, Pomaikai, our closing keynote, Kekuhi, and the team. Gotta go practice. I gotta go practice so the thing come pa'a with the hei. We also want to mahalo nui Leināʻala, our hostess with the mostest today. Mahalo nui for all of the lessons and the recaps that you shared. Our facilitators and our moderators, we definitely couldn't do any of this without you. We're so thankful for each of you, and especially also our tech support. We really, really couldn't do this without them. So mahalo nui to each and every person that put their heart and their mana and their aloha into this summit today. We look forward to seeing you again. Last but not least, we just need to mahalo the summit planning team. This has been a labor of love, but we are so grateful seeing the outcome from today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Mahalo nui, me ke aloha ya ka ko pakahi apau. Aloha, hahui ho.